Is this working? Is this working? There's so many things that I'm not understanding right now, including what it's doing. Pretty sure. Oh, there it is. Turn down volume. There we go. Good. We good. Okay. I'm gonna quick. Oh, we still good. I literally have to check. Stop. We still good? We still good. We good. Okay. Ignore everything else down here. Those are works in progress. Okay. And quick do some stuff while everybody starts coming in. I think my Twitter app just froze. Just stop. Stop. Just tweet it. Just tweet. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna. I can't see the comments, the live chat right now, but I will go back over there in a second. Stay awake. Copy. And now we. Hope everybody's comfy. I still gotta scroll down through. And yeah. Gotta scroll down all the way to chapter 24. And then read chapter 24. Okay, now I can see the live chat. Let's scroll down to chapter 24 while we wait. Should we depict Gina? Let's do pages. Boop. And quickly catch up on everything. Not really. No. It takes a while. It takes a while. Whee! I don't want to go too far, you know. This is chapter 3. This is chapter 4. Chapter 5. Yep, chapter 5. drink. Oh, be careful. We're out of chapter 11. I don't want to go too far. Chapter 12. Chapter 13. 14. 15. 17. Yep. Basically, this is like right after Gerald betrayed them and accused Stampy of being a traitor, and wherever this seriously accidentally hit magnifier, and it just glitched out. Blech. Accidentally hit magnifier, and then it just like, nope. That's alright. Magnifier is a special feature on my iPad that helps me zoom in on text. Cool. If I don't have my handy dandy bigger writer one, I have something like my iPad that can help make things bigger. So I don't need it for this because it's big enough. Okay, chapter 23. We've already read this chapter in part of 24, but I'm rereading 24 because Omlet screwed up. It's all Omlet's fault. Wait. Oh boy. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. We're at chapter 24. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Yeah. I might just be reading this by myself. Alright. People want to hop in, people can hop in. I'm just like, casual. I don't prop this so I can actually see it. If anyone says anything, I can quick see what they say. Alright, chapter 24. Save all this suspense. Stampy watched as the woods blurred together from the small window that he was looking out of. No one had said anything for a long while, for what felt like an eternity, but was only about half an hour in the air, or half a day on foot. The cat wasn't sure what he wanted to think about all that was happening, but he was feeling a little better about it all. Sure, he was still scared, but he was going to fall apart. Not this time. Not in front of his own enemies. But as he watched the train go by, he heard one of the men speak up, talking for the first time throughout the entire journey. Cat didn't want to look in his direction. Didn't want the man to catch on that he could hear it. Like he cared. What do you think Mr. A wants to do with him? The man asked one of the other men. What do I want to know is what he wants to do with both of them. The second man mused with a chuckle. You know it's the cat he really wants, the first man replied bluntly. After Gerald found him in his lovely world, Mr. Hay had quite the interest for him. The second man chuckled. Do you think you'll want to see him once we land? I don't know, the first man replied simply. All I know is that he's gonna get far worse than he thinks he will. Ouch. I can't wait to see what happens, the second man said cheerfully. No one cares for him. After all, he's a traitor in their eyes because Gerald. That's That's not true, Dan snapped, surprising the cat. He looked over at his friend, who was straight at the man, looking enraged at the men that the men were saying these things in front of them. And how can you be so sure? The man mused to the YouTuber. Gerald does have his ways of getting what he wants. The cat swallowed and shook his head, hating how right the men were. Tears brimmed in his eyes as he tried to push them back. He was stronger, braver. He couldn't let these men win. He couldn't let them get a chance to get under his skin. Unintentionally rhymed. That doesn't mean everyone will believe him, Dan snapped. And I don't appreciate you talking about my friend like that. It's just wrong. Why would you care? You don't have to face Mr. A's wrath. He's gonna get the most of it. First Miss Sneered. He'll deal with you later. After he saw him off. You won't get away with this, the YouTuber said defiantly. Someone laughed. And why shouldn't we? Mr. A decides to do whatever he wants with your kind. If he wants the cat dead, he will be dead. I'm sure you won't want to miss it. The cat swallowed, squirming against his buns as he tried not to think about the man had said. Why were they threatening him like this? Why would they tell him this? To try and scare him? Hurt him? To make him feel like there was no hope for him? You know, if the boys were indeed coming, then they probably didn't have much time. How long was Mr. A willing to wait until he finally dealt with him? What would he do? He really didn't want to know. The cat closed his eyes as he looked away from the men, hearing them chuckle as they said something to each other that he didn't quite catch. He hated how small he felt, sitting here alone. No, he wasn't alone. Dan was here, and he was defending him from those men. Would it be enough? How could he ever face the unknown when he could barely keep himself from bursting into tears? He missed his lovely world, missed his friends, helpers. And then if they were here, they wouldn't have let this happen. They would fight for him, protecting him from those men. But they weren't. They couldn't help him. They didn't even know what was going on, probably. What would they think when they found out what happened? How would they feel if they discovered that it could have never happened in the first place? Gerald hadn't betrayed them. Maybe he would have been perfectly fine, happy. Not like this. Not fearing for his own life. Don't listen to them, Stampy, Dan said, his voice sounding reassuring. They won't win. You know that. Do I though? The cat asked, looking at his friend sadly, shaking his head as he heard the man say something else he didn't quite catch. Don't give up hope, Stampy. Dan replied quietly. Don't let them take it from you. But how? The cat asked, shaking his head again as he felt the copter slowing down, starting its descent. Whatever you do, Stampy, Dan said, don't let that man beat you down. Don't give him something to hold on to. To use, sorry. Got it? I think I understand, the cat said shakily. I'm here. Dan assured him again. If you want to talk about anything, you can talk to me. Really? The cat asked. Really? The YouTuber said with a smile. I wish I could have gotten a chance to see my helpers again. The cat admitted sadly. But they trusted Sam and Liam to do whatever they could to protect you. Dan replied. I have no doubt they made the right choice. Don't let go of that if that's what it is. I mean it. I do trust my helpers. The cat said quietly. I do trust the boys. Was just about anything? Dan asked. Everything. The cat smiled sadly. Even my own life. Mentioned it before. Right, the YouTuber said with a smile. But he was interrupted by one of the men chuckling. Do you really think that's gonna be of any help for them? I just muddled that up. The man finally said after getting a glare from Dan's direction. Mr. Hay. Mr. A has ways of bringing his victims to their knees. You know that, don't you? How could I forget? Daisy said grimly. Then you know. It doesn't even matter. The man laughed. He's not getting any help from anyone. Even if there was help, they wouldn't make it in time. He'd be long gone before anyone comes to help him. Grant whispered softly, hating the man's words as soon as he heard them. Was he right? Was Mr. A going to kill him before anyone else could get to him? Was anyone even coming? The man didn't seem to think so. So how was he supposed to know? He could be hoping for something that would never come to him. Was it useless to help him? What more could he do? Wow, it's a roller coaster. You don't know our friends, Dan said sourly. The man chuckled. I know my leader better than you do, you dipper. 2 boys won't be able to stop him. Sure you that. The cat closed his eyes again and shook his head, feeling the copter land abruptly to the ground as one of the men opened the door. The cat heard someone getting inside. Mr. A would like to see him, a gruff voice said matter-of-factly. What of the other one? One of the other men asked. Take him to one of the cells and leave him there. The other one will join him fairly soon. Once Mr. A finally gets to see for himself just who he's dealing with, the voice said slowly. He opened his eyes and looked up to see a broad-shouldered man standing by the doorway, his eyes fixated on the cat. Stampy shuddered. The man's gray eyes looked firm and determined. He was only doing what he was being told to do. Go right ahead and take him, the first man said cheerfully. He can handle the other one. Make sure he doesn't escape, the broad-shouldered man warned him. Otherwise, his friend will suffer far worse of a punishment if he does so. You heard that, you Trevor? The first man said to Dan. If you try to escape, or manage to escape, your friend will suffer far worse. I'm sure you don't want that, don't you? No, I don't. Teach reciprocally. Kid watched as the broad-shouldered man nodded, satisfied by the young YouTuber's answer as he walked over to the cat. The cat's heart filled with fear as it pounded rapidly. He wanted so badly to run, so badly to hide, to get away from all of the things that were going on, but couldn't escape his fate. Fate that had been sealed by his 2 enemies. By his own enemies. Could he ever get out of this? He wanted so badly to hope so, but could he? Did he have the strength to hold on to what he felt just might be a bliss? Cat didn't dare try to struggle. The man grabbed him, dragging him to his feet as he looked over at his friend. Cat could see the anger and helplessness in his friend's eyes. No doubt Dan wanted to stop the man from taking him away, but he knew he couldn't. The cat had no choice but to do as the man said. The man said. The cat felt himself being dragged backwards towards the exit of the copter as they stepped into the afternoon light. The cat blinked a few times, taking in the scene he saw before him. There were 2 buildings. Here are the descriptive parts. One of them was a larger one, with a skinnier middle, which the cat had a feeling was the place the place he was going. The other one was smaller, but had an iron door instead of a dark oak door, which the cat assumed would be where Dan was going. So would he pretty soon. He shuddered at the thought of staying here, with a place swarming with men wearing Mr. A's uniform. It did seem like a hopeless situation, but he didn't want those thoughts coming back to him. He had to be brave, to be ready for the inevitable. Whatever that might be. Cat was pushed ahead, forced to head towards where the man wanted him to go. The building before him loomed over him, and the cat couldn't help but wonder how long it had been. It had been here. Was it really that close to where they had been staying? Wouldn't it Eli have thought about that before sending them there? Or didn't he know about it? Or had Charles completely ignored any message from him? Can't be sure, but that didn't matter now. He was trapped at the mercy of these men. Mr. A wanted to see him. Wanted to see whether or not his punishment fit as it should. What was the man planning to do to him? Did the man taking him to his leader have any idea? Or was he clueless too? Cat shuddered and he shook his head, approaching the building as one of the men opened the door for them. You're taking him to Mr. A? The man asked the cat's captor. Yes, just as he ordered. And the other man said, matter of factly, whatever. Excellent. The other man smiled before looking at the cat. Good luck, cat. Go and eat it. I don't need your good luck, the cat said, surprised as to how bold he was for saying it. So the fear that threatened to overwhelm him. Maybe he could do this after all. Maybe he would get through this. Maybe Dan would write. Or maybe he was just getting his hopes up too high. Very well, then. The man at the door said with a shrug, not seeming to care about what the cat had said, and the man pushing the cat forward kept going. They went into the building to find themselves in what looked like to be an abandoned lobby. It looked pretty empty, with little furniture or plants anywhere to be seen. There was a hallway ahead of them that led to a dead end with an dark oak door. Still see? Yeah, we did. Okay. Dark oak door. There were other doors dotted around, but that door seemed important somehow. Couldn't be an oak door because there's going to be some symbolism later on. It seemed to unsettle the cat as his man the man pushed him onward, not stopping to let the cat take a better look at his surroundings. Was this really the place where he was going to die? Was Mr. A going to kill him here, where no one would be able to stop him, where no one seemed to even care enough to help him? They went onward, the cat feeling each and every doubt that was within him well up inside of him. But he tried to push them back down, wanting more than anything than to prove that he really wasn't afraid of this man. Again, he's never even met Mr. A. From what he'd heard, he wasn't a very nice person to be around. He'd been the man who had tortured Dan for an entire week. Correct. The man who had threatened to cause unimaginable pain to him in front of his friend. Yep. The one who had ordered his capture, and the man Gerald now apparently was working for. This man had caused so much people so much pain, and he was about to be another one of his victims. Stampy tried to take a slow, calming breath as they approached the door. The man not saying anything to him as the cat tried to reassure himself. Sure, he was scared, but he couldn't show that fear and let the man take hold of it. He didn't let him try to destroy him, try to make him feel hopeless, but didn't he already feel this way? The cat shook his head, getting the thoughts out of his mind, trying to think of what he'd say as soon as he got in there. To try and be bold and confident like Dan, or determined like Sam. He needed to be strong, to be brave, but he didn't feel brave at all. All he could feel was the overwhelming fear that wanted to crush him, that wanted to take everything from him, to suck all the life and hope he had and leave him with nothing. Are you ready for this, cat? The man asked as they stood in front of the door. No, the cat admitted quietly. The man said, well, you don't really have a choice then, don't you? No, I guess not, the cat replied, as the man shoved the door open and dragged the cat inside. The cat blinked a few more times, surprised to see how bright the room was. There was only one window that was above a small ledge. It couldn't see the ledge very well, or the window, but just under that ledge stood a tall man who had his back towards them. The man was in his early 40s. His posture was that of confidence, and one that demanded obedience. Do you have him? Should I do it? Do you have him? The man asked simply, without turning around to see. Just as you ordered, sir, the soldier commanded. They just came in. I brought him here as quickly as I could. Excellent. Why don't you set him down so I can talk with him alone? My nose is preventing me from doing a different sort of voices at the moment, so. And the man asked, I wish, sir. The guard nodded as he forced the cat to the middle of the room and forced him to his knees. The cat tried to struggle, but it was no use. The man was too strong. Once the man was satisfied, the cat listened in dismay as the man's footsteps faded away. He waited as he closed the door behind him. The cat looked around the room carefully. Seeing much of it, there wasn't anything interesting or unique about it. Just a simple room that fit with the man. To fit what the man that fit with what the man was intending to use it for. The cat looked back at the man, whose dark black hair seemed to blend in with the leather jacket that he wore. It was leather. The man still didn't turn to face him as he spoke. So you must be Stampy Cat, am I right? The man asked him. It's me, the cat said, not sure how he liked that his enemy knew his name before his supposed allies. Cause probably hated him by now, all because of Gerald's lies. There was nothing he could do about it. I would appreciate it if you called me Sir Cat. The man said firmly, Yes, sir, that's me. The cat replied, correcting himself bitterly. Good. Now, do you? You do know some manners. The man said with amusement, returning to face the cat. I've been looking forward to meeting you. I'm sure you have, the cat said, looking at the man's pale face, his dark black eyes gleaming with satisfaction and triumph. The man looked mysterious and menacing, nothing compared to the casual look that Gerald had. He knew what that man was before he even had to ask. He knew who this man was before he even had to ask. Of course he did. Sir. The man said slowly. Sir, the cat said. Sigh, as he said it. He was already tired of this, but he knew he wouldn't be getting out of this easily. This man wouldn't let him go until he got what he wanted. What did he want? I'm sure you know who I am, man. The man asked, raising an eyebrow. I think I can give you a pretty good guess. The cat replied. The man began to walk towards him. Very well, the man said with a cold smile. Then you know how I have plans for you. What kind of plans? The cat asked, unsure if he really wanted to know the answer to that. You'll see soon enough, cat, the man said with a chuckle. Looming over the cat was forced to look up more, hating how small he felt compared to him. Why did you bring me here? The cat demanded, before getting a slap across the top of the head by the man. Stampy groaned and shook his head. His heart certainly wasn't called for. I think you know very well why you are here, Stampy Cat. The man mused with a dark smile. I burped. I have plans for you. Plans that Gerald has helped me immeasurably to fulfill. His plan to make you seem like he's a traitor who betrayed his own friends worked like a charm. He told me himself that no one would be able to help you now. Or would even want to. This is a little dark. You're lying, the cat said. No, I'm only stating what Gerald told me, the man said with a chuckle. He really has gone above and beyond to ensure that you get me, hasn't he? You won't get away with this, the cat said confidently, hating how his voice shook slightly as he said it. Who's going to stop me? The man said with a chuckle. Not even your little friends can help you. Besides, you'll be gone long before anyone realizes the truth. If they ever do. What do you mean? The cat asked, feeling the uneasy feeling inside of him only grow. What wasn't this man saying? No one is coming to rescue you, cat. That's what I mean. The man said coldly. No one cares for a traitor like you who turned his back on those who were trying to help him. To protect him. You got what you deserved in their eyes. The cause sees Gerald as a hero. You will die a traitor in their eyes. You're nothing to them now. You'll be dead before long. And no one will be able to stop it. No, there can't be, the cat said, shaking his head as tears sprung in his eyes. Was this true? Was his first worst fear becoming a reality? Reality? Was Gerald right? Why did this man have to do this? Why did he have to take everything from him? What did he ever do to him? I'm afraid so, cat, the man said with a cold smile. You can forget about help. Still, I had to decide. You might be dead before noon tomorrow. Cat swelled and shook his head. Swelled? I think I already have, cat, and no one will be able to stop me. Not your helpers, not your supposed friends or allies. No one. You're on your own now, and I plan to keep it that way and watch as you suffer agony in a very long and painful way. Yes, very dark. No. The cat said, as tears began to slip from his eyes as he struggled to convince himself that this man was lying. I was only saying this to make him feel hopeless, but he was right. Who would help a traitor? Who would ever want to help him? After all, he was better off dead to those in the cause. He was truly alone here. He was going to die alone, just like Gerald had told him he would. You may try to deny it, Stampy, but you know you can't, the man said with a cold laugh. You know I'm right, don't you? Not everyone thinks I'm a traitor, the cat said softly. True, but who's gonna believe them? Those boys stand no chance against me and my men. You won't be getting out of this alive, cat. That was unnecessary. Several back his sobs. The man called for the guard to return. The cat could hear the door open and footsteps approaching them as the cat looked at his feet. He felt Mr. A lift his chin up. Before he felt Mr. A lift his chin up, forcing him to look at him. I think we're done here. Take him to the dungeon, the man said before smiling down at the cat. For you, Stampy cat, I will see you tomorrow morning. But I'd like to finish you. I can't wait to see you join me. You won't win, the cat said quietly. He did how scared he sounded, vulnerable he felt. I will, Stampy. Assure you that. The man smiled darkly. After all, who could stop me from killing you? You're nothing to them. Nothing but memory left. Just left. Dark. Oh, the cat said, hearing his voice squeak, he closed his eyes, feeling the man behind him grab him, pulling him to his feet as he began to drag him out of the room. Tears continued to fall down his face, the cat wanting more than anything to be free of this man, of the fear that continued to overwhelm him. He was no match for them. His friends couldn't possibly make it in time to save him. He died. There was nothing that could be done about it. He felt alone and frightened, stripped from everything and everyone he knew. Hours away from facing his ultimate fate. Fate most certainly inhuman. Of course it's not going to end so dark. Yeah, so it's dark. 25. Sam and Liam continued to run through the woods, cutting through trees as they tried to follow where the copter had gone. It had long since disappeared from sight, and the older boy wanted to make sure they were going in the right direction. He had a feeling the tide was not on their side. If they went the wrong way or were sidetracked, it could be serious for their friends. But so far, they were doing pretty well. They had stopped running periodically to take a break, but Sam was eager to get to where their friends had been taken as soon as he could. It felt like the two boys had been running for hours, and Sam couldn't really tell if they were making any progress. These woods had to be far bigger than he realized, but that didn't mean that he couldn't give up hope. After all, there had been no signs of pursuers for quite some time. That was probably a good sign that they had been getting somewhere. Had to be getting somewhere. How long have you... We gotta keep running. Where was it? Squishy. How long do you think we have been going like this for? Liam asked, exhausted from all the running. You can see me, right? Okay. How long do you think we've been going like this for? Liam asked, exhausted from all that running. Probably several miles now, Sam said simply, looking over his shoulder to where they had come from. We have to be close. Liam nodded as he looked at the sky, frowning. Seems to be getting dark. Do you think night is coming upon us? Looks like it, Sam replied. To be honest, I'm not sure if we should expect any monsters out tonight. Don't worry, we still have our swords. We can handle them. Liam said with a smile. Please. Sam smiled in return. I know, but I'd feel better knowing that we could stay somewhere for the night. Liam nodded. It does look like there's a storm coming as well. Don't you feel that chilly breeze? Yeah. Sam nodded. He looked up to the sky just about to see a few storm clouds heading towards them. We definitely should consider finding a place to stay. Do you think the place is far? Liam asked. Maybe we can hide out there until we can figure out what we can do to help our friends. Sam nodded and smiled, his eyes brightening up a lot. That sounds like a great idea. So long as we don't get caught, of course. Liam nodded. I think we can do this, though. We have no other choice. Well, we could turn it back around and forget about all this, said with a shrug. But we're not doing that. Yep, Liam nodded. Our friends need our help. And real friends don't leave people behind. Especially not when their lives are being threatened by a powerful man known as Mr. A. Sam said matter-of-factly. You really think the two of us can take him on? Liam asked quietly, sounding unsure. We can outsmart him, Sam said confidently. We have to try, though. No one else will do it for us. It's up to us. I agree with you, Liam nodded. So I do wish Rose or Eli were here to help us. They've been to plenty of rescue missions like this. We'll figure this out, Sam assured him. There's no time to go back and get help. We need to keep going. And let's go, Liam nodded, taking another few steps onward as the older boy followed shortly behind. They didn't say anything for a long moment as they kept going. Sam looked around at his surroundings, Not sure of how he felt about the eerie silence of the area that surrounded them. The woods were pretty quiet. No birds were chirping in the trees. No leaves were brushing noisily against each other. No branches creaking as the wind pushed them. It was complete silence. Sure, there was an occasional cool breeze, but didn't seem to bother the trees or wildlife around them. Ooh, that's creepy. Something certainly felt awesome about this place. The boy didn't know what it was. You remember where we used to walk in the park with Connor and Brian back in home? Liam asked his brother curiously. Yeah, that still felt like an eternity ago, Sam admitted. We used to have tons of fun together, chasing each other in a game of tag or playing hide and seek. I really miss that. Me too, Liam agreed sadly. Do you think they'll be okay, though, without us? I'm sure they're more than focused on what their lives have in store than worrying about us, Sam said, shaking his head. Please, Connor would. I hope Brian is handling it okay without us, Liam said. He's been having it awfully rough lately, especially now that I suppose that we aren't there. But if he knew what we were doing, I'm sure he'd understand, Sam said simply. So thing, we can't tell them, Liam said. They're missing out on so much. It's better for them now, Sam told him. I know, Liam nodded. It's just walking through these trees helps me think about them. Helps me think about what it really means to be a friend. Yeah, Sam nodded. We have friends who need our help. We can't ignore that. I'm glad we met them when we did, Liam smiled. I'm not sure where we'd be if we hadn't. I don't want to know where they would be, Sam the boy admitted. Some ways it's probably the best thing we've ever did for them. Choosing to be their friends and helping them. Yeah, I guess so, Liam said. I just don't know how we'll be able to save them from that man, though. Find a way, we always do, Sam told him confidently. The younger boy nodded and smiled, opening his mouth to say something before stopping himself, grabbing his brother's arm as he pulled it back. What is it? Sam asked quietly. I think we're here, the younger boy whispered back. Sam looked through the trees to see a building ahead. It was a large open window, up high. It was too high for them to reach, but he knew where the ticket in. Do you see anything nearby? Sam asked, looking around cautiously. But he couldn't see anything. It was far too dark out there. And it didn't help that the men wore black uniforms. They were camouflaged well in the shadows. Probably what's the point when creating the uniform? No, I don't see anyone, do you? Liam asked quietly, keeping his voice at a whisper. Seems clear to me, Sam agreed. So, how do you suppose we get up there? We could power our way up, Liam offered. Sam nodded. We need to make sure we don't get caught and don't leave evidence that we came through this way. I have an idea, Liam said with a small smile as he beckoned for his brother to follow. Sam nodded as he followed his brother, trusting him as they arrived at the building with the window. Liam stepped back and made a staircase with whatever blocks he had, Minecraft style, and then nodded for Sam to go first as the boy took his chance. Taking a few steps, the boy looked behind him to see that Liam was right behind him, breaking the blocks as he went. Smart, Sam said with a grin. Yeah, how about we get inside first before we celebrate too much? Liam suggested as the older boy held back a laugh, climbing through the window onto a small ledge with his brother not too far behind, breaking the last block before closing the window. Wow, this room sure does look bland, Sam admitted as he looked around the room. There was a light in the room that seemed to make it glow brighter than it should. But the boy was glad to note that it would be good up here for one night. It'll have to do, Liam replied. Yawning as he shook his head. So we don't eat until morning, I guess? Sam asked him curiously. Yeah, I suppose so, Liam said with a shrug. Good night, Sam. Night, Liam. Sam smiled as he laid on the hard wooden ledge, closing his eyes as he drifted off to sleep, too exhausted from all the traveling to care about what was going on around him. He was in a secure spot where no one would think to look. No doubt they were closer to their friends than they had been all day, but he was sure that whatever the men were planning would wait until the morning, and they would be ready for it. And when it happened, Sam was confident that even as he fell into a peaceful slumber, it's going to be a long night. Okay. Oh dear. Chapter 26. Stampy was dragged down the hallway that led them to where the cells were situated. There were several iron doors that the cat assumed were where the prisoners would be kept. But as the cat kept getting pushed along, the man took him to one of the furthest of the cells and unlocked the door, shoving him inside as he untied his bonds. The cat fell to the floor, catching himself just in time as the man closed the door behind him with a click. As he walked away, he was locked in a cell. And waiting the morning, that would mean his death. And there was nothing anyone could do about it. The cat let out a weary sigh as he looked around the cell. There was a small iron-barred window that opened to the outside, with a cot not too far from it. It didn't look all that comfortable. The cat wasn't sure he wanted to sleep on that thing. He wasn't even sure if he would be able to sleep at all. "Stampy, is that you?" A voice called from a cell not too far away. The cat got to his feet and stumbled over to the cell door, trying to look out to see where the voice was coming from. "Dan?" the cat asked. "Where are you?" "A few cells down," the voice of his friend called. "Are you okay? Are you okay?" "The man didn't hurt you, did he? Didn't hurt you, did he?" Yet swallowed and shook his head, unsure of what he wanted to give his friend as an answer. Finally, he found the answer that settled. "He didn't hurt me physically, if that's what you mean." "Did he say anything to you?" Did he say anything that was meant to bring you down?" "Yes," the cat said quietly, not wanting to relive the experience, but he knew he had no choice. The story seemed pretty clear that I didn't have a law. No one's coming to help me. And if there was someone out there, I'd be gone before they could help me. "When did he say he would do whatever he was planning?" Dan asked the cat. "Tomorrow morning," the cat replied, feeling a lump form in his throat as he tried to push back the tears. "I'm not sure anyone can help me this time in time. That man is planning to do something horrible to me. Something that would cause me so much pain. There's nothing anyone could do. I'll never get out of this life." "Yes, you will," Dan said confidently. "I know you want me to believe that, and I really do want to believe you," the cat admitted. "Right now, I'm just scared, too. I'm afraid you may be right. I'm afraid that there's no hope for me, that the cause sees me as a traitor. I'm going to die, Dan. The story won't stop until he finishes me. I'm scared. Too scared to hope in anything right now." "I understand," the YouTuber said quietly. "But you can't give up, Stampy. I still have hope that someone will come. Well, you maybe, but not for me," the kid said bitterly. Hating how depressed he sounded. He was deep in despair, fearing the worst, unsure what else to do. If only he knew his friends were coming. If only he knew they were going as fast as they could to help him, to help them. But he wasn't sure, and that was what concerned him. "It's a bunch of nonsense, Stampy," Dan said firmly. "The story is wrong. There are people looking for us. You know that. The boys will stop them. You know that the boys will stop them. They won't let that man hurt you." Shook his head, tears filling his eyes. "They won't be able to. That was all the men around here. Now with Gerald making it very hard to do that. Now when Mr. A has all the power and control, there's just two boys against a bunch of men who will no doubt crush them and stop them before they can even get close to me." "I don't believe that," Dan said matter-of-factly. "Those boys are smart. They'll find a way to outsmart the men and help you. You've done it before, back in your world." "That wasn't as scary then," the cat sighed. "Now, die, Dan. I can suffer so much pain and horrible torture, and there will be nothing they can do about it. And you'll be stuck here, not knowing if I'll be okay. I could never get out of this. I'm sorry you have to see this happen." "Don't be sorry," the man snapped. "I'm here for you. You know that. I won't stop until those men get what they deserve for hurting you like this." Can you do that? The cat asked with uncertainty. Can you really stop someone from hurting me? Do you think I can? The YouTuber asked. I'm not sure. The cat admitted. Would you like me to prove you wrong? For the boys to prove Mr. A wrong? The man asked. Yes. The cat nodded, swallowing back another sob as he tried to think about the boys. Could he be sure they would be able to help him? Was Mr. A right? Was the man being too overconfident in his abilities to think that two boys could slip under his nose to save him? Or was he right all along? The man had been planning all this for months. No doubt he wouldn't let two boys get in his way. Something tells me you weren't so sure. Dan mused thoughtfully. I do trust him with anything, the cat told him. Just, that man knows what he's doing, and he may have a backup plan if things don't go the way he planned. I see your point, he replied, but we'll get out of this, I'm sure of it. I really hope you're right, the cat replied. With a long sigh, he wanted to be anywhere but here. To be happy and free, safe, be unafraid of what came next. What would come next? Why couldn't he just enjoy his time in the lovely world? Just relax and have fun with his friends? Why did the men have to be so set on destroying him when he hadn't done anything that deserved their attacks or threats? He didn't deserve what Charles had done to him. Didn't deserve how Mr. A was threatening him, relishing the idea of his elimination. The thought that chilled through the cat's spine. How could anyone enjoy killing another living being? And what could he do about it? Nothing much, really. That thought was both saddening and frustrating at the same time. All he wanted was to be whole, to be safe, and to be able to be himself without fear, but would he ever get to have that luxury anymore? Or was this the fate that was destined for him? Was this really how his life would end? Clearly not. He really didn't want to know the answer to that. Me too, Stampy. Dan said quietly, breaking the cat out of his thoughts. Now, why don't you get some rest? You need some strength to be able to face him on. I'm too scared to do that, the cat retorted. Dan chuckled. It's not a cat. You can do whatever you put your mind to. But he's so powerful, the cat said quietly. Could still prove to be stronger, the YouTuber said with another laugh. I've seen it, Stampy. I wonder where. Yeah, the cat replied quietly. See you tomorrow, then. We'll be seeing each other long before tomorrow morning, Stampy, Dan said with reassurance. Sure of that. Cat said nothing more as he left the cell door and went over to sit against one of the walls. He was tired, but he wasn't sure he would be able to sleep, especially knowing that those men were getting closer and closer to finally ending him. And in just a few hours, morning would come, and he would have to face Mr. A once again, and suffer the agony that would come along with it. Stampy woke up at the start by the sound of commotion outside the hallway. In the hallway, as he looked up to find himself still in the cell, the commotion getting louder as he heard voices. He should be in here somewhere, a voice said loudly, and they began banging on iron doors as the cat scrambled to his feet, his heart filled with hope. Had the cause come to rescue him after all? How did they manage to come here? He couldn't believe it. It seemed too good to be true. The cat ran over to the iron door, and that was to his cell, and looked out the window to see a few figures through the hallway. We're over here! The cat cried, trying to get their attention. The cat watched as the men approached, getting excited they found where Dan was held. The cat watched, unable to help himself but from smiling as he watched Dan step out of the cell, and a few men helped him towards the exit. What about the other one? One of the men asked, looking over to where the cat was watching, hoping the men would come over and free him. He was so close to being able to get out of this. He's the one Gerald told us to leave behind. That plainly. He betrayed his own friend. He doesn't deserve to be saved. What? Was this man serious? The cat watched as the first man nodded, and they began to walk away. No! Wait! Don't leave me here, please! Oh, wait. That was funny. The cat cried, trying to be as loud as he could. Certainly Dan would hear his cries and demand his release, right? Or was he too far away to hear him? He watched in dismay as the men began walking further away. All the hope he had left dashed into a million pieces as tears filled his eyes. He was glad his friend was going to be okay. That he wouldn't have to face the man's wrath, but he couldn't help but remember the threat that one man had told his friend before taking him to see Mr. A. Dan somehow escaped. His pain would be increased immeasurably. This couldn't be happening. Weren't those in the club supposed to help the YouTuber? So who needed it? Why did the men do this? Gerald. The man had been the one who told the men to tell the men to leave him behind. He'd been the one who had sent the rescuers to rescue Dan, and not him. He'd been abandoned and betrayed by those who were supposed to be helping him. They had left him to die, alone, just like Gerald had told him he would. Oh, the cat said, overwhelmed by so many emotions: despair, sadness, hurt, and confusion. He fell to the ground, shaking as he felt tears beginning to trickle down his face. The man had abandoned him. He was alone. The rescue mission hadn't been for him. This was one of Gerald's last ways of reminding him that he wouldn't be able to get out of his life. He would die alone, in a horrible and unimaginable way. He would die at the feet of Mr. A, at his mercy. There was no hope for him. No one could help him now. All hope that he had of being rescued gone. He was vulnerable, broken, hurt, and alone. Jared was probably far away from danger by now. Angry that the men had rescued him, but not the cat. But there was nothing he could do about it. This was how it was going to end. So what other choice did he have but to accept it? Please, don't leave me here, the cat pleaded, more to himself than to the men were on. I want to die. No matter how hard he tried to assure himself, it was no use. This was it. This was what the cause felt he deserved. The lie that Gerald had told. The lie that would ultimately end him. At the end, there was nothing he could do about it. It is a little dark. 27. Sam woke up the next morning feeling sore as he readjusted himself, looking around the relatively large room that he could see from the ledge he was on. The sun was just beginning to rise as he looked around the room, finding it was empty. Had they really slept here the whole night? Were his friends still okay? He didn't know, but he felt uneasy just looking at the emptiness that surrounded them. The boy looked over to find Liam sleeping over by the window, looking peaceful and calm. Had they really traveled so far to get here? Would it be worth it? He hoped so. He hated the thought of being too late to save his friends. No doubt those men had been waiting for just the right moment to act. But when would that be? What had the men been planning to do? What had they already done? Sam sat there for a long moment, debating whether or not he should wake up his brother. Before he could make that decision, the door suddenly opened and did. The boy quickly got down so that no one would see that he was up here. Two men walked into the room. One of them a broad-shouldered man looking twice as big as Gerald. The man looked tall and stern, doing what he had been told. Are you sure it's here? The other man asked. He was slimmer and leaner. He was a slimmer and leaner type. with his long, greasy hair and dark, cold eyes. He looked snappier and annoyed, as if he wanted to be anywhere but here. Mr. A wants the device to be ready for the prisoner, the first man girl said. Yeah, I know that, Slimmerman replied. But seriously? How is this prototype ever going to be where Mr. A wants? We don't even know how high it can go. Concerned about that. So long as it works, the bigger man said. Mr. A wants to make sure the cat has no chance for survival. But why him? The older man whined as he went over to a hidden spot in one of the walls and picked out a black box, hitting it to the other man. Why couldn't we have done this to the other one before he escaped? Gerald wanted to prove a point to the cat, the bigger man said. Besides, Mr. A has other plans for that one. But he doesn't need him now. He's only focused on the cat, so he can go along with the next part of his plan. But what is it? The other man said, sounding annoyed. He never tells us anything about what he's planning. Probably because we don't need to know, the bigger man snapped. We just do as he says, without question. I wouldn't want the man to catch you doubting him if I were you. The later man sighed. You're right. Forgive me. Forgive me. Not the one that needs to say an apology, broad-shouldered man said. He shook his head as he went toward the exit. That cat has no idea what he's up against. Of course he doesn't, the other man said with a chuckle. But that doesn't matter. Mr. A will get his way with him this time. There's no way he can get away from us. That is true, the first man said with a dark smile as he walked out of the room, the other man right behind him. As the door closed, the boy watched in disbelief, anger, and shock. Had he really heard everything he thought he heard? Had Gerald really sent a rescue party to rescue Dan but not Stampy? What did that mean for the cat? What was Mr. A planning to do with him? What was in that box? The boy sighed as he shook his head. So many questions swirling around in his mind as he thought about his friend. How must he feel to know that the cause had left him to die? To know that Gerald had something to do with it? Was it really that bad? What does his friend feel not knowing that they were only moments from rescuing him? Could they even rescue him? He wanted to say yes, but he wasn't sure. Especially since Mr. A's plan seemed to be going so smoothly. But Stampy needed them right now. He couldn't just let the man hurt him. But what could he do? He was just a 16-year-old kid who had no experience of doing something so big like this. He didn't have the helpers to help him. He only had his brother. But at least Dan was safe. He only needed to focus on Stampy. He had to be so scared and lonely right now. He'd already been through so much, and Sam hoped he could be there for him when his friend needed him most. Suddenly, the boy heard something stir from behind him. As he looked over to find Liam was starting to wake up. Sam swallowed, unsure whether or not he should tell his brother about what he'd overheard. But he deserved to know. Stampy was his friend too. It hurt him to know his friend was still being hurt by Gerald, even after his capture. The man would not stop. Neither would Gerald. He didn't deserve this fate. Sam knew he was innocent. He had to help him, to protect him, but how? No yet. Sam? Are you crying? Liam asked, sitting up as Sam looked in his direction. Sam touched his face, realizing he was indeed crying. The boy swallowed and sighed, shaking his head. Good news and bad news. Oh, Liam nodded. Maybe you should start with the good news first. Then? Good news? We're in the right place, Sam said, swallowing as he looked over at the door. Bad news is, doesn't sound like anything good for Stampy. I get that, Liam nodded. I'm sure what to think of the boy's statement. Some men came here a few minutes ago and got something that Mr. A needed for Stampy, the older boy explained. Dan managed to get rescued by a rescue party from the cause. But due to Gerald's orders, they left the cat behind. What? How could they do something like that? Liam asked in horror. They shouldn't make choices like that. He's still someone in need. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the lies the man has read, but do you know one thing? We're here to help him. There's still hope for saving him, the boy said. Liam nodded. Whatever Mr. A is planning sounds horrible. It sure does, Sam agreed. I really hope we can do this. We have to be smart about it, Liam said confidently. You do trust me, don't you? I do, don't you? Sam asked curiously. Of course, you're my brother. Liam said, with a smile. We're Stampy's only hope, Sam said, putting his bottom lip as he thought about his friend. We can't fail him. We only have one shot at this. Can't miss. We won't, Liam said with full confidence. Sam smiled and nodded. Yeah, we can do this. We have to. We will do this. He looked back down at the room below, wondering how long it would be before his friend would arrive. He had to do this right, otherwise Stampy could get seriously hurt, or worse, and killed. Sam didn't want that for his friend. Stampy needed his help. Both was their help, and it was their turn to prove something to Mr. A that he should have realized. There we go. To never underestimate two boys who were determined to protect their friends, no matter what it took. He would keep his promise. Sam would make sure of that. 28. Stampy woke up with a start when the door to his cell suddenly moved to as he yelped in surprise, scrambling back as he looked up to see one of the men staring down at him. The cat watched and the edge of his mouth twitched as he yelled. I didn't hurt you, did I? No, I'm fine, the cat replied. You just scared me. Hell, maybe you shouldn't sleep so close to the door, the man told him. Again, don't remember that for next time. Well, next time for you, the man reminded him as he took a step into the bedroom. Right, the cat said, nodding his head as he remembered all the things that had happened that day. He'd been abducted by Mr. A's men, threatened and verbally beaten by Mr. A, and abandoned by the very people who were supposed to help him. All because Gerald had betrayed them, accused him of being a traitor, and sent a rescue party to help his friend, but leave him behind to die. Was this really what he deserved? Did it really have to end like this? The man nodded and bent down to grab the cat. The cat tried to squirm away, but the man grabbed hold of him and pulled him to his feet, pressing him against the wall as he pulled the cat's arms behind him. Hold still, the man warned. Don't make me have to hurt you. The cat swallowed, too scared to argue as the rope was tied tightly around his wrists. He had no chance of escape, feeling so vulnerable, so scared. He knew what this man was going to do, and he hated it. Where are you taking me? The cat asked. Mr. A wants to give you one more thing first before your elimination can begin. The man said matter-of-factly. The cat swallowed as he looked at the floor, knowing there was no use to fight back. He was alone. The people who should want to help him had left him to die here. He had nothing left. He had no one to hold on to. Hope would come to help him. He wanted to be wrong, but how could those men be stopped when they had so much power to say over what happened to him? The man pulled the cat away from the wall as he led him towards the cell door, holding him tightly as he got in his grip as he did so. The cat wasn't sure what he was scared more, dying in a horrible way or seeing what these men would do to him. People like him. YouTubers. His eyes closed and he took a deep breath, trying to calm his racing heart, but it was no use. He knew none of this really mattered. All he knew was that it would be slow and painful, and everything that you could imagine that might happen. Terrifying him far too much than he would have ever liked. Was Mr. A capable of doing any of these things? Probably. But would he choose to do? He didn't know. The cat walked onward, feeling himself shake as he stumbled along, walking down the long hallway that would lead outside. Pretty soon, it would see Mr. A and find out what the man was planning to do to him. He wasn't sure he wanted to know. He wanted to hope someone was waiting outside to ambush the man and free him, but he doubted anyone would be waiting for him. Who cared about someone they believed to be a traitor? They left the dungeon and walked towards the bigger building. The cat's legs feeling like lead as he trotted along. Dread and despair filled him as they approached the door, unsure of what to expect. One of Mr. A's men opened the door for them. The man dragged him along and continued onwards, despite the fact that the cat wanted nothing to do with what was about to happen. But he had no choice. He never did. The man would do whatever it took to finish him. He had no hope of getting out of this alive. The man had told him that much. They walked down the hallway until they came to one of the doors on the side of the hallway. The cat was puzzled as he pushed the door open, dragging him in. The cat felt sore and frightened, unsure of what he would find inside. The cat finally looked up to find himself in what looked to be a conference room, with a large and diverse long table. Dark oak chairs lining each side of the table. The cat was amazed as to what he saw. It looked stunning, but also simple. But they weren't the only ones in the room, as the cat quickly realized. There were two men sitting on two of the chairs, one of whom the cat quickly and easily recognized as Mr. A. The man was sitting next to a black box, which was clasped shut with a silver clasp. Across from the man sat another man around his age, looking awfully similar to him, except he was slimmer, paler, and had much more hollowed features. Mr. A stood up and they arrived to greet his guests. It's good to see you. Finally have arrived, Stampy Cat, the man said with a smile. Did you have a good night's sleep? No, the cat said blandly, uninterested in the man's question. No, sir, the man clarified. Mr. A clarified. No, sir, the cat repeated, hating himself for being so easily persuaded. But the man looked intense and menacing. He really didn't want to make things worse for himself than they already were. I'm sure you have an idea of why you're here, don't you? The man asked, raising my brow. This has anything to do with the Clockwork plan. I want nothing to do with it. The cat said, and what is that? The man asked curiously. It's the name Sam and I came up with for your plan to destroy our county, the cat replied simply, trying to be braver than usual. Ah, yes, I doubt you have much of a choice if it does or not, the man said with a chuckle. My brother and I have been planning this moment for quite some time. We have, the other man said. My name is Archie, if you're curious. Why me? Aren't there other people out there that you could target? The cat asked. Why does it have to be me? There's no reason that you need to know. The Mr. A said casually. Only that I have a way to ensure that you will suffer such a gruesome demise. I assure you, there will be a whole lot of pain. Are you sure there isn't any way to do this? The cat asked. No, there isn't. The man amused and smiled. I feel it would be much more enjoyable to watch you suffer. Yeah. The cat shuddered but said nothing. The man picked up the box and opened it, taking out what looked to be a thick black collar and a black device with a blue button on it. The man fidgeted with the button, and the cat realized it was also a dial. Whatever it was, it didn't look like something he wanted to have around his neck. Do you know what this is? The man asked, holding up the collar as he put the button down. I think I know what that is, the cat replied, trying to keep himself from shaking with fear. Sir, the man added, narrowing his eyes menacingly. Sir, the cat said, closing his eyes as he shook his head. He hated how vulnerable security was surrounded by these men. Mr. A no doubt knew exactly what he was doing. No stopping him. Do you know what this is used for? The man asked curiously. And what do you want to know? You don't seem to know what it is and what you're planning to do with it, the cat said bitterly. Do you? Stampy cat, the man asked with amusement. The cat swallowed, not wanting to answer the man's question. He was too afraid that he would be right. But as he stood there in silence, the cat refusing to respond, and Mr. A waiting for an answer, the man finally spoke again. Oh, well, no. Hold still, he warned, as he walked over to the cat and unclasped the collar, picking it toward the cat's neck. The cat squirmed, pleading for him to stop, but the man ignored him as the cat felt a cold metal clasp around his neck, ruffling against his fur uncomfortably. The cat looked up at the man, not sure what to say, feeling defeated and hopeless. Would you like me to explain what this is to you? The man asked, walking back and picking up the button. Does it look like I have a choice? The cat asked, watching as the man pressed the button, causing 100 needles of pain to prick through his neck and out into his whole body. Gasped in pain, wincing as the pain subsided. As you can probably guess, this is a shirt collar, the man said with an amusing smile. The button is connected to a wire that is quite up inside the collar, which activates every time the button is pressed. There is also a dial on the button so that it can increase the voltage and the pain. No, you can't, the cat said with horror, only to gasp in pain as the man pressed the button again. Please, stop! This is only a test, the man mused. The real thing will happen in a few moments, once my brother is ready to go through the portal. Portal? The cat asked, confused and stunned. Yes, cat, the man said coldly before turning to the other man. Is it ready? It should be, the man said confidently. Go ahead and go without me. I'll be right behind you after I deal with this one. The man said darkly, eyeing the cat, whose eyes widened with fear and uncertainty. What was the man talking about? What portal could he be referring to? Did it have anything to do with him? Suddenly, they hit him, and the thought was deep and dark, stemming from the deepest fear he had. But before he could dwell on that, the man holding him dragged him backward, taking him out of the room and leading him towards the big room, where he knew would be where Mr. A was planning to torture him. Was he truly ready for that? He wasn't sure, but he certainly did know one thing. He was terrified, not just for his sake, but for so many other innocent people that the men could target next. He didn't want to face this man on his own, but he didn't have any choice. The man was intent on killing him. And for what? Revenge? He hadn't done anything to deserve this. But what if all had this been his plan all along? What if he was going to die knowing one thing that he couldn't stop happening? He didn't. He hoped that something was being done about it. He had worse things to worry about concerning his own life. Whatever this man was about to do to him was about to be extremely painful and deadly. Stampy was pushed into the large room and was led to the center of the room, forced onto his knees once more as the man made sure he was stayed put. Wait here for more orders from Mr. A. He'll be here soon, the man said simply as he turned and left the cat alone in the room. The cat swallowed as he looked and took a deep breath. tears filling his eyes as he thought about the pain he had felt in the conference room. It had been an awful feeling, and he had been unable to hold back his tears, unable to hide the fear that he had so desperately tried to cover. Those men would do whatever it took to finish him. He had no way of stopping them. The cat sat looking at the floor with an overwhelming mix of emotion. What was Dan doing right now? Was he angry at his rescuers who had left him behind? Was he trying to get back to him or to rescue him? What about the boys? How close were they to getting to him? Would they be able to get to him? How was he supposed to know? But before the cat could do anything else, the door suddenly swung open again, and the cat heard footsteps approaching. He felt a tingle in the collar around his neck, and he shuddered. It was about to go real painful, real fast. Nice to see you again, cat, sitting so nicely, patiently. The man said with a chuckle as the cat looked up. The man, whose dark eyes were looking straight into his green ones, the cold look of triumph in them. Not that I have a choice, the cat replied. Gasping when the man pressed the button, gasping at a word. Sir, he did it. Good, the man said with an amused smile as he walked to where the cat could see him. Now, why don't we get started? What do you mean? I thought we already got started. The cat replied, tensing as he feared for another shock. But it didn't happen. We have, but I want to make things a little more interesting, the man said with a cold smile as he approached the cat. Care to play a nice little game with me? No, the cat replied, gasping again with more pain coursed through him as he shook, feeling tears stinging in his eyes. But he was defiant. He had to stay strong. Well, then I'll give you a choice, the man said with a chuckle. You can play my little game, or I'll keep shocking you until you do. But that doesn't give me a choice, the cat insisted, crying out in pain. Crying out as the man shocked him again. The cat watching him in horror as he turned up the voltage. Your kind doesn't deserve a choice, Stampy, the man sneered. They deserve to die after all the innocent people that have had their lives ruined or even destroyed because of them. I'm not like that. I'm not, Cat replied, crying out again as the man pressed the button again. He could feel himself shaking as he shook his head, fear filling him as tears began to slip past his attempts to block them. You're all the same to me, YouTuber, the man snapped. You all deserve what you asked for. I have been making sure of that for some time now. Nothing anyone can do to stop me. No, the cat whispered, shaking his head as tears began to fall faster down his face. He was shaking with fear. Each time the caller shocked him, caused him to grow weaker and weaker. Would he ever be able to survive from this? Was this really how this was going to end? You know very well that you mean nothing to the cause or your supposed friends, the man scoffed with a chuckle. You're better off dead than better left. Maybe best forgotten. You can't. Oh, the cat tried, failing as he cried out again in pain, feeling it course through him relentlessly. There was no escape from the pain, no escape from the man who wanted him dead so badly, no escape from the situation he had been forced into. He was terrified and alone. The man would continue until his final breath. I want what, cat? The man said with a laugh. I've already won. You're weak and helpless, unable to fight me. Your friends are far away, unable to help you. As for me, I will continue to prove my point. No one will be spared, not even you. The cat whimpered, unsure what he should do. He wanted to run, wanted to hide, wanted to be anywhere but here, but he could do nothing. He was nothing. He would be remembered by a lie that one man told to destroy everything. It's just the cost of his own life. Please, don't do this. Cat begged, crying and got out again as the pain erupted. the color coursing through his body. It made him want to scream, cry, and beg for the men to stop all at once. Stop! Who's going to stop me? The man sneered with a subtle chuckle. Might I be a humble volunteer or candidate? May I be a humble candidate? Either work. A voice asked by the doorway, and the cat and the man both looked up in surprise. The cat could see Dan standing by the door, a look of anger and determination on his face. The cat cried out in a joy of relief, only to be silenced by a groan from the caller. Well, isn't this interesting? The man said with a smile. I really didn't expect you to return, YouTuber. No one gets left behind, Dan said, narrowing his eyes at me. Coming back from my friend. Is that so? The man said in amusement. He didn't seem to be taking the YouTuber very seriously. Or he was too confident of his own power over the cat to care. Well, if you want him so badly, maybe I can propose a trade. Cat's eyes widened with fear as he shook his head, hating how calm the man's tone was. There had to be something the man wasn't saying. The man wouldn't let him go alive. He knew that. The man had taken all of this time to try to get to him. Why would he let him go alive? Don't listen to him. He's lying to you, the cat cried, screaming in pain as the caller's voice was increased, and the cat finding it harder to think. And as he collapsed down to his side, rising in pain. What kind of trade? The man asked, the cat hearing the tone of concern for him. Was he really doing this? Was he stalling? Hubert, who spoke so smoothly, the cat couldn't tell. He opened his tear-filled eyes and looked at him, unsure of what he should do. This man could enter right then and there. He could kill him before he could do anything about it. The man had all the control. Well, it's very simple. The man mused. Tell me where one of your friends are, and I'll spare your friend one more precious day. Refuse, he will die. No, the cat whimpered, struggling weakly against his bones as he felt the older man's eyes on him. The cat had nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. And why would I do that? Dan asked, raising an eyebrow curiously. It's your choice, YouTuber. Die eventually, whether by me or the pains of collar. But you can spare him a few precious days. Would you like that? The man asked with a smile. What would you rather save? One life for us, or a thousand for one insignificant life? He's not insignificant, the bold YouTuber snapped. He's my friend, and you have no right to do this. I believe I do, the man sneered as the cat watched in horror as he turned up the dial to the highest they could go, reaching down to grab the cat. Stampy squirmed, trying to get away, but the man grabbed him and pulled him tightly to himself. The cat feeling his hot breath on his fur. I'll give you 3 seconds to make your choice, YouTuber. Otherwise, I'll choose for you. The cat squirmed against the man's grip, wanting so badly to pull away. His tears were uncontrollable now as fear filled him. Was going to kill him right away. He knew that, but it still terrified him. If Dan didn't do something, he could die. If someone didn't do something, it'd be nothing more than a memory. The cat pleaded weakly. Hush now. It does not need you to tell him what to do, the man sneered coldly, spitting the cat's ear, causing him to shudder as he looked at Dan. Matt says he had a choice anyway. More tears fell down his face as the cat swallowed back a sob, feeling the man tighten his grip on him, watching the man's fingers split, threatening to press it, daring the YouTuber to stop him, to try to make it help his friend. Does it really matter? Did it really matter? The man was going to kill him anyway, no matter what Dan tried to do. We had to hold on to hope that maybe, just maybe, the YouTuber had a plan. Help was coming for him, that maybe he could survive this. It was all he had left. Trust in his friend and hope. Hope that he would be rescued. Chapter 29. Sam watched in anticipation as he looked around at the scene before him. He hated how the man was hurting his friend, but Liam had insisted they waited for the perfect moment. Sam had been relieved and surprised when Dan had arrived, but it had given him hope. And even now, as the man was threatening to take his friend's life away, he was ready to defend, ready to protect until the end, but when would be the best time? It will count to 3, YouTuber, and you have the best make it quick, the man said, sounding impatient as the YouTuber hesitated. The man tightened his grip on a squirming cat, and the boy hated seeing just how pale and weak his friend was, how close he was to losing everything, his own life. This wasn't fair. He had to do something. He just wasn't sure what he could do. Sam looked over at Liam, gave him a nod. The boy took a deep breath. He prepared to make the leap, but as he looked at his friend, he could feel more sadness and anger filling him. It looked like he was in so much pain, so much torture. Sam wanted to do everything he could to help him, but could he? Could he save his friend from his awful and cruel man? 1. The man warned, tightening his grip on the cat, who whimpered softly, shaking his head as he struggled harder, pain in his eyes as he tried to pull away. There was evident fear in his friend's expression as he knew what was going to happen. And Sam had a feeling he knew too. That filled him with even more anger. The man would regret what he was doing. He regretted even laying a hand on his friend when he was done. The boy took a deep breath, tried to calm himself. He needed to be clear-minded and alert. Right now, anger wouldn't help him. He didn't want to be blinded by rage and accidentally hurt his friend. He needed to think smart, not angrily. 2, the man said, testing the YouTuber to see whether or not he would say or do anything. Dan looked hesitant, as if he was trying to decide what choice he wanted to make. Sam nodded, readied himself for the leap, his mind focused on his friend. The cat looked limp and weak against the firm grip of the man, unable to fight back against him. If he was going to do something, it needed to be now. All right, I'll make my choice, Dan said quickly before the man could get to 3. Surprising the man momentarily, and he stared at the YouTuber. How? What is that? It's Stampy, the man growled as he looked at him, narrowing his gaze as he tightened his grip harder on the cat, who cried out in pain, coughing as he desperately tried to escape. Don't do it, Dan, the cat cried out, the man tightening his grip even more as he gasped, please. You should know better than to be a cat, the man sneered coldly. The cat whimpered again, coughing as the man kept a firm hold on him, making sure he couldn't escape. Dan hesitated for a long moment, glancing up at the boys for a split second before taking a deep breath. Sam prepared himself, seeing the look of desperation and pain in his friend's face. "I died and see any of your friends get hurt," Dan said defiantly. "Using it means losing this little friend of yours," the man asked, looking down at the cat. Brennan squirmed again, looking small compared to the man's strength and power. "Do you want to risk the cat to take me in its place?" the YouTuber replied, raising his head with confidence. "No!" the cat cried. He yelped in pain and the man kicked him. As pleasing as it sounds, I unfortunately have to decline that offer. The man said with his sneer, "Your refusal to my offer will be its ultimate fate." "No!" the boy hollered as he lunged off the ledge, hearing his friend scream as he tackled the man to the ground, forcing him to let go of his friend. The boy grabbed the device that the man had dropped and stood, watching as the man got to his feet. "How did you get here?" the man demanded angrily. The boy could see that the man looked intrigued as well to see him, looking over at the limp form of the cat that was only a few feet away from him. "Doesn't matter. I'm sure you think you can save your little friend, can't you?" "Well, You can't really hurt him with this now, can you? The boy retorted, smashing the device against the wall as it shattered into hundreds of pieces. The man laughed. Do you really think that's the only way I can end him? The man extended a sword, lunged at the cat. The boy crying out in anger as he lunged for the man, ready to intercept his attack, but before the boy could get to his friend, Liam jumped down and blocked the man's attack with his sword, pushing him towards Dan, who was ready to attack from behind. What? How? The man, in surprise, forced to defend himself as both Dan and Liam went to attack. Before he stepped back, how many of you are there? More than enough against you, Liam said defiantly. The man laughed. You really think you can stop me from killing him? I think we already have, Dan replied. The man shook his head. You may have stopped me from killing him, but the effects of the call are unstable. Doubt there is a chance you may not make it. Liar. Dan sneered. It's a prototype, the older boy told him, looking over at Mr. A. He said it, but that doesn't mean you're right. He has us now. We won't let anything happen. Is it so? The man made a laugh. Well, then it looks like I have to go. You won't be going anywhere, Dan demanded, and Mr. A took off running, tearing after him. Liam followed before hesitating, looking at his brother. You think you two will be okay here? Liam asked. Sam looked down at his friend. They looked so fragile, pale and weak. The boy nodded as he looked back at his brother. I won't let anything happen to him. See you in a bit, then, the younger boy said as he took off after the other YouTuber. I'm coughing. After the two of them had disappeared, the boy turned back to his friend, kneeling down so that he could take a look at his friend's injuries. Sam unbound his friend's bonds and helped him lie down on his back, noticing that the collar was still coiled around the cat's neck. Sam hesitated, not sure if he wanted to see what was under there, but he hated seeing his friend with it on. Realized he reached out to take it off, and he noticed the friend tense, frightened by the gesture. Shh, I'm not going to hurt you, the boy told him softly, reassuring his friend that he was here. I promise. The boy grabbed the collar and clutched it, taking it off the cat's neck. He snapped the collar into several irreparable places before tossing it at the wall with a good measure. That thing wouldn't be hurting anyone anytime soon. The boy looked down at his friend, noticing the bright red burn around his friend's neck where the collar had been. He felt a lump form in his throat as tears filled his eyes. Someone do something so horrible like this. Which his friend really suffered. The boy looked at his friend up and down, making sure there weren't any other injuries except for the forming bruises of one minute a tight grip around his friend's middle. And the burn, his friend seemed to be mostly unharmed. It's okay, Stampy, the cat boy said quietly, grabbing his friend's paw gently, squeezing it open. His friend would feel it, show he was there. You're safe now. The boy wiped away the tears in his eyes as he shook his head, unable to believe what had just happened. They stopped Mr. A from killing their friend. Sure, still a chance the cat could have died from shock or any side effects, but they would worry about it when it came. They would do whatever it took to help him. They've done it so far. I'm so sorry we couldn't help sooner, Sam told him softly, brushing back some loose fur from on his cat's face. We're here now. I'm here. I'm not going to let anything happen to you, I promise. That's a pretty big promise to make for someone your age, a familiar voice said from over at the doorway. The boy looked up to see with the start, a part of him wanting to spring to action until he realized that it was his end. Rose, what are you doing here? The boy asked with surprise. I could say the same for you, she said with a small, sad smile. But I think I got the picture after everything your friends told us. Us? You mean Eli is here too? The boy asked. How'd you guess? She'd asked. She said, looking surprised but amused. I had a hunch. Sam, the boy said with a small smile. she nodded, walking over to him and yelling beside him. Down at the cat. How is he? He's probably in a lot of pain, the boy admitted. He suffered pretty badly, but he's alive. I'm not sure how, though. You said that device was a prototype? Just? Yeah, the men talked about it. Said that they weren't sure how high it would go. But suddenly realizing the answer as it hit him. Guess I couldn't take that much power. You're probably right, she said with a smile. It's always hard to imagine Jared would do all of this, try to do this to him. I never liked that man, but it's just unbelievable. That man hurt Stampy far more than anyone else has the past few weeks. Sim said bitterly. Had been for him, Stampy wouldn't have nearly died. But he saved his life from what I heard, she said, looking at him softly. We did it together, Sim said happily. The boy said happily. Glad, she sighed, shaking her head. But if we'd known this was happening, you were busy doing something important, the boy replied. We handled it just fine. That she did, she nodded. So now I think I realize just why those men wanted him so badly. What do you mean? The boy asked. Or can't you tell me? I can tell you a little bit, but my Stampy should be able to tell you the rest, she said with a smile. Okay. I trust him, the boy replied. But what if he doesn't? Just respect him for that, she replied. You do sometimes have to keep some secrets to protect those they care about. Oh, said Nana. I can understand that. She smiled gratefully. Well, Eli and I were working on an important assignment while you four were having an interesting time with Gerald. Oh, there we go again. We discovered that the men were creating a portal to a world I didn't know of. It was different than the other worlds, I could tell by the aura. Wow, Sam replied. How different was it? It was as if it wasn't meant to be there, she replied quietly. Eli and I had found it. We had a plan to try to use it to our advantage and change the coordinates so it would take the men to a prison world. No way, did that actually work? Sam asked. Yes, she said with a chuckle. It was helping me with it up. As if they knew what I was trying to do. Huh. Sam said softly, looking back at the cat. You think you had anything to do with it? I believe so, she said quietly. She said, you know. You're the only one that told us to. Tell anyone about it, okay? Yes, ma'am. The boy nodded obediently. Except for Stampy, of course. She laughed. If he asks, you can tell him that it's safe. Those men won't be able to use that portal to get into the world. Sure you that. Good. Because he doesn't need one more thing to worry about. Exactly, she replied. She looked at the cat, checking his pulse quietly before nothing. Seems all right to me, but I want you to keep an eye on him for me and make sure you give him the healing potions. It'll help. How long should I do them for? The boy asked. Every other hour should be okay at first, she replied. Unless he is in a lot of pain. Sam nodded and smiled. Do you think he'll be okay, though? He's strong. I'm sure you'll pull through, she assured him. And the boy took the cat's paw again, stroking it softly. Sure, what else he could do? I hope so, the boy said quietly. That man seemed pretty sure you might not survive this. With me in charge, he will, Rose said firmly, which made the boy smile, liking her confidence. He still had a lot to learn from her, even now. I really missed you, though, Sam admitted. When Liam found me in the lovely world, I was really hoping I would see you at the safe house. I guess you must have, she said with a sad smile. But you are okay. You weren't hurt. Nope, Sam shook his head. Stampy and his helpers really helped me out. And the helpers trusted me to help him while they couldn't. Think they made the right decision? She asked curiously. Yeah, I guess so, Sam said with a chuckle. Thanks to the sword practice and using my head. You saved a life today, Sam, she replied quietly. No doubt your friends in the lovely world as well as Stampy will be forever grateful for that. It's my job, and my promise, the boy smiled, to protect my friends, no matter what, and that includes Sam. Of course it does, she said with a chuckle before looking up the door. The others should be coming home shortly. coming here shortly. They're making sure the portal won't be able to be used to bring back Mr. A and his brother Archie. Tomorrow, Sam replied, Stampy will be glad they can't hurt him for a while. Sure, still. I'm sure they aren't the only ones he needs to worry about, she replied gently. Yeah, that's why I want to go with him back to his lovely world, to help him make sure that Cheryl doesn't get a chance to hurt him, the boy said matter-of-factly. How did you go with him to help him recover from all that he's been through? She said with a smile. Still, you need someone to keep an eye on him until we can get this settled, and I can find a safe way for them to call for help. Anything does come up. When school stops up again. Sam's fault. Do I have to? Your father has to decide that, not me, she replied. But you can talk to him later, when summer is over. Just have fun and take care of your friend. I'll take care of the rest. Thanks, Rose, Sam said, grateful for his hand. He heard voices in the hallway as he watched his other friends return, looking eager and concerned. And they had to stop Mr. A from hurting their friend, yes, but Stampy had a long way to recover before he could do anything. Is the portal secured? Rose asked Eli. The man nodded at her. Yes, no one will be able to be using that portal again. Good, she replied. She got to her feet. We need to get someone safe so that Stampy can recover. Well, will he be okay? Liam asked with uncertainty in his voice. He'll be okay, she assured the boy, looking over at Dan, who looked relieved. Sam nodded as he got to his feet, leaning over to grab his friend when Rose stopped him. Let me do it, she told him softly. Sam nodded as he stepped back, letting his aunt scoop up the cat into her arms, and the boy couldn't help but notice just how safe he felt inside them. No one would be getting to him with Rose insured. He would be safe. The boy was glad that he wasn't the only one who cared about his friend's safety. Even though she didn't even know him, Rose was doing her job perfectly. Taking care of you doers in need, just as a ship with the cars. But they had chosen to leave the cat behind, and they would regret it, because Stampy was a life worth saving. Dan was glad he had a part of saving it. I think I have about 3 more chapters. It depends. I don't want to go too far and only have a few chapters to go through, but it doesn't matter because, yeah. I also have the other things I need to do. I think we're going to stop here for now because my voice is dying. And, yeah. This is going to be a short section, but yep, we've got all of 30 and all the rest of the book afterward. But yeah. And then we also have the short stories I wrote for the first book that I'm going to probably do a video on once I finish this. And move on to the second book after that. That'll be interesting. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that might be. Bye.